This is the Prince Albert in Rodborough Stroud. And we are collecting with our customers for Stroud Food Bank. Unfortunately, the food bank is something that's really needed at the moment when there are so many people who are hungry and needy and just aren't earning enough to get the money that they need to buy the food to keep themselves and their families fed over Christmas.
1 in 5 parents are skipping a meal every week to feed their children.
Which is awful.
It is terrible. And the fact that we have that much hunger going on in this country, and it's not just Christmas time, it's going to get worse in January. So I think with your idea of trying to get a ton of food together for Food Bank, that's going to continue into the new year.
A ton of food to Stroud Food Bank and the families that go to the food bank is going to be a tremendous help. So far we've collected 50 kilos.
Well, I've been working for the lead singer of Squeeze, the fantastic 80s pop band, mate. And I
can't remember his name, darling. What's he called?
His name's Glenn Tilbrook.
Glenn Tilbrook, yeah.
And I drive a bus for him. I drive a big American motorhome. So this is how it started with him on his tour, which is Against UK Hunger tour.
So Glenn's fans were bringing food?
Glenn's fans would come every day. We had a white cage. It was supplied by the Trussell Trust people that we took on tour with us. And that cage was filled 2 or 3 times over most nights.
Brilliant. So at the moment we're collecting for people to help with their Christmases, mince pies, as well as the daily, day-to-day tinned tomatoes, flour, all those preserves that that aren't going to go off. And then when it gets the new year, just carry on. And
I think there was an oversubscribed on the baked beans there,
yes.
weren't they?
Apparently.
All good on baked beans.
Yeah, apparently there's a few warehouses of baked beans, but
yeah,
pretty much everything else goes. And we've been so lucky. This is our 3rd basket here that we've had. We've been doing this since the beginning of December. So we keep our basket by the door, so if anyone's passing by, getting off the bus or just walking home from school or walking up from Stroud Town Centre, they can bring something in, however little or as much. I mean, we had one couple bringing 3 bags full of stuff, which was
I find people
amazing.
as well, they're not just clearing their cupboards out now. They're actually thinking about this when they're in the supermarket, when they're in the shops, and actually buying some stuff that's going to be good to put into the food bank.
We're not stopping them from donating to the supermarket collections.
No, of course.
But this is an extra chance, and to think, I'm going to the pub, God, I'm lucky to be able to go to the pub and have a pint or a glass or whatever, and I'm going to take something for those that can't afford to. So just sharing the love, really, isn't it?
Absolutely. But no more beans.
But no more beans. No more baked beans. We've got enough beans. I've certainly got enough beans.
Yes, you have. You're full of beans, love.
So we thought, instead of it just being us doing that, because we don't want to be necessarily big and clever and the only pub doing this, we thought we'd share the idea with other people and invite other people to come along and take on the baton. And so it becomes a norm. So you don't even have to go to the pub. Everyone walks past a pub at some point, if there are not too many more of them closed.
I think it would be a good community place for around the country, let alone allowing a Stroud, for people to be able to bring food for food banks and have collection points within pubs. It's a good social place anyway. People, like you said, they don't even have to come to the pub. They could be walking past and just drop some stuff. And the easier it is to be able to drop stuff off, the more that they're going to get.
Now, what we want is other pubs to take on this baton. We've spoken to a couple we knew. There's what's that pub called in London that you like so much?
Can't remember, dear. The one I'm always in when I'm in London. The Pelton Arms.
The Pelton Arms, and that is in Charlton.
Charlton, as luck would have it, the landlady of the Pelton Arms also comes on tour with me.
She does indeed. So Carly Dexter-Fry is out there, and we're passing this baton on to her to help the people in London, and also Karen Sainer over at the Kemble Brewery in Cheltenham, which is a great locals pub, really, really good, middle of loads of houses, lots of people walking past
She's
there.
in it too.
After, hopefully, she's now. You are now, Karen. So how can we make this go further and do good for people everywhere?
Well, I think if we've got 2 people that we pass this on to, and we've mentioned the Kemble Brewery in Cheltenham and the Pelton Arms in Greenwich, if we could pass it on to those 2 people, and they can then in turn pass it on to 2 other pubs, and they in turn pass it on to 2 other pubs, it's like a big pyramid, isn't it?
Great big pyramid.
And then all of a sudden, we've got all the pubs in the UK
Every single pub.
collecting for food bank.
That would be great.
And there won't be any UK hunger.
That would be nice,
That
wouldn't it?
would be ace.
That would be good.
No, I'd like to thank Glenn for getting everything that he did on tour for the last couple of months, and the amount of food that's been collected around the country, and then passing that inspiration on to you as part of the things that you've started doing here, and hopefully we can all be inspired to collect a lot more food for food bank.
So thank you. Merry Christmas.
Merry
and
Christmas.
Happy New Year.